fucking idiot. Hi!
Well, tonight it's already started off very well.
You're a technical train wreck tonight, dude.
So, the reason we're late is because said cable, the cable that connects the microphone to thing there, the computery thing, it's like 7 years old now, and the connections are just dodgy, so I need to buy a new cable, and my Stream Deck's not working because it's...
Oh, it's fucking gone again.
What? What?
Oh, you can't hear... Oh,
No, I can see it. It's working. Coffee, didn't you fucker. Anyway.
Can you hear him there? He's like...
Let's go round. We'll pick an Aiden first since he's drinking something.
I don't mind, don't worry about that. I'm on the Boost 2, which, I don't know about you, Adam, the battery life on this is just absolutely ace.
I don't mind.
It's absolutely brilliant, really good. If you're looking for something, I think I'm at a 0.6 ohm coil on this. If you wanted something like at 25 watts, I'm using 20 milligram Nick salts on it, my normal blaze, and it's lasted me at least 2 to 3 days. It does take a while to charge up though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
So I've actually got the actual tech specs for the charging. So non-lightning charger, it is 2 hours 15 minutes ish. If it's a lightning charger that's got a decent connection, because obviously lightning chargers nowadays are getting a bit shitty, it's an hour and 15 minutes from flat to full. Or non-lightning charger, you might as well just put it down overnight.
But like I said, it does last for like 2 to 3 days. So if somebody's looking for something, that is an absolute corking little bit of kit. And again, I've got the blaze in there. I've got the touchscreen from Geek Vape with the Zeus tank on top. Again, with the award-winning Shy Tops. This one isn't the award-winning one. That one's the Pop My Cherry. This is the Whiplash. I absolutely love that. Normal Steam Crave Hadron Pro with the V3 representing the Rochford Project. Are you having one of them days, camera? Bit of Crimson Seed in there. Representing. And then we have got the G2 with paint still on it. It's quite good. With the Hadron RDS.
That's fine. That's fine.
With something a little bit different. I bumped into Danny. I haven't spoken to him for years as well. It was really nice to see him. He's got the BDV project. And
yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Yeah, he's done a range of liquids, and this one is the lip smacking sour apple, which I think is one of the best apples I've tried. Really, really nice, and that is me all done and dusted.
And that was Aiden, Little Bro Vapes. On to the birthday boy himself, who's currently broadcasting from a toilet. Sean, Mr. Grizz.
It's comfy. I've just had my Chinese out the back there.
The audio is very good in that toilet. Normally it's a bit echoey.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not on much, but I have got some new shinies, which I'm going to show. They're not new. They're not new. They're just fucking... They're new to me. I have got the Drag X Pro, as usual, with some Ribrian. That's all I've really got on that I'm vaping on at the minute, but next week it'll be different, because I got some new shinies for my birthday off Lynn. So, hang on, I'll take this off. This is the wrong colour. I need to get a chrome ad here. So I got a Ripper.
Oh, look at that.
That was beautiful.
It's clean as fuck as well. I got a Ripper.
Clean AF.
I got Knucklehead.
Oh, look at that.
Knucklehead Duster with patinaed. Patina was done by Deligaff.
Again, we were talking just for the show. I remember him doing that. That's absolutely brilliant.
That is
Your Mark adored all Ralph's stuff.
He did, yeah. And like you said, that's 1 of 1, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 of 1. And then I have got this as well, which I always wanted one, right? I always wanted a Kodama. Right? When it first came out, it was released at Expo, I think. Was it 2018?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 2017-18, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was the May, and I went straight to the stall when we got there. And I think it must have. This goes to show how busy Expo used to be. That first moment when you walked in, I think we turned up on the Friday at around about 10, 11 o'clock, and all of them had sold already.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't get hold of one, and Lynn's obviously remembered. and got me one, bless her. So thank you very much, Lynn. And thank you very much for all the love in chat, wishing me happy birthday. I very appreciate it. And I am on some wine. Sean. Merry Christmas. Merry birthday.
Happy Merry New Year.
Merry birthmas.
And that was Sean Grizz. Moving on to What's That Behind You?
I changed it.
Yeah, he's changed it. He's changed it.
So, B60, Boost 2. Just it's my all-day banger. It kind of just comes with me everywhere. It's always fully loaded with, at the minute, Deluxe Rhubarb and Passion Fruit by Riot Squad, 20 milligram, rough as fuck. Love it. I've just changed coil, so it's a little bit gurgly, as you can hear. That is my only issue with it.
I don't really get that. Are you 25 watts as well?
27. But I use the 0.4.
Yeah, I've not watched.
I only use the 0.4 coils. The 0.6 is a little bit too low for me, and the 0.2 that they released for it is just a little bit too rough. But the 0.4 is brilliant. I'm then on the Centaurus box with the recurve on top, my little matchy setup, blue and blue. In that, I have got some lemon lush because I'm representing as well.
Very nice.
I'm also using Chico's coil. So,
rubber cock.
I've not got one of them, unfortunately, but I have got the SL class with the Ardent on top.
Fuck the Ardent.
The Ardent.
To be fair, anyone that went to Expo came with little plastic cocks.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the amount of people that come up to me and went fucking cat cock.
But I've got the Ardent on top. In that, I have got some Midnight Oil. I broke Midnight Oil out as well.
Love that.
So it's getting a bit darker, isn't it? It's getting a bit darker and a bit cooler.
Yeah.
And then to finish it off, I am on the Aspire Flexus Q.
Yeah, it's good, that.
Do you know what? I'm quite enjoying it. It's got some Unreal 3 Raspberry Tangerine in there. And really, really quite nice. And that's it. That's me done.
Well done.
Yes, Leon Martinez. You are older than me. I was born 85, so you'll be. Are you 40? I think you're 40, isn't he? I'm 37.
Yeah, you're the same age as me, Grizz.
I am.
Just
We're
a
the
kid.
babies.
Cool beans.
My turn. It's the G class with the paint still falling off the fucking thing with Blaze with Peach Caster in it. I have got, it's the usual setup, folks. It never fucking changes unless something good, really good comes in. Blotto with Black Vine, of course. SLV2. And, of course, this little fella, which fucking love this little fella. Although the tobacco's changed in it, you sometimes see Best Sig liquid in here. They don't.
Yeah.
They're not actually. They're not the Best Sig liquid that we remember, because technically speaking, they've shut down and they now deal in tobaccos. So I've got something new from the Tobacco Vape Co, which is a naturally extracted tobacco, and it is supreme flue cured. So it's a flue cured based gold. It's not Golden Virginia, a flue cured based Virginia, and it's rather nice. See,
does that mean you have to have a jab every 4 months?
Is that Andy still?
Oh, it's still Andy. Yeah.
Let's see.
That joke
Blue
just went
cured.
right. Now I get it. It just went. Oh, by the way, you know when you know you're getting old, because this is the first time I got a letter in from the NHS saying you have now reached the age that you need to get your flu jab. Thanks.
Yeah, you wait till next week. So that's your prostrate, son.
Call. Say, I need to go and I need to get my flu jab because now apparently I'm old.
Yeah, I got the same text message this morning. I got a text message, not a letter.
No, I got a letter.
Yeah, you're fucking posh, aren't you? Just one thing that Adam sort of touched on there about with vaping. We are getting into the winter months, and let us know in chat. Do you all start changing what you're vaping on? I know a lot of people go on to like fruits in the summer, and then later on they go into a little bit more of the pastries, you know, the niceties. You know what I mean? Do you do that? Let us know in chat. What about you, lads?
Do you know what? I adore it. I'm on, like I said, rhubarb and passion fruit, because next progression to that is like a rhubarb and custard or something like that. It's my in between at minute, and I'm starting to break out the desserts. I've managed to save myself a full bottle of manna for winter. The Amatorium banana custard. Graham gave me a bottle at Expo in May, and it's been sat and it's waiting for me. I've got a bottle of Lemon Lush that's steeped forever, and a bottle of manna ready for winter. So,
how about you, Vic?
I already vape fruits every fucking day with black vine. What I tend to do is it's round about midway through November, beginning of December, when the weather starts to get really shitty up here. I get the peach custard, I drop the peach out of it, so it's just plain vanilla custard, and then I get 2 bottles of flavourings from the ECig folks at the ECig shop down south. I get a bottle of gingerbread and I get a bottle of cinnamon, and I pop in 0.5% gingerbread and 0.5% cinnamon into the base custard, and it's very wintry and Christmassy. It's very nice. It's very nice. Very nice.
I remember.
Do you change out, Grizz? Apart from your pants?
Me, I used to. I wouldn't have said I changed seasonally. I used to change like special occasions. I'd have like a treat vape that I would get out. But then what used to end up happening is I get that treat vape out and I'd be like, wow, I'll vape this one today. This is beautiful. And then end up vaping it all week. Then I'd buy another bottle and another bottle and another bottle and just carry on vaping it all the time, and it'd become me all day vape.
That's happened to me a couple of times.
But I tend to just stick to the same thing now. But I want to get back into building and all that kind of thing, mechs and stuff like that, and get back into it. I need to get a couple of RDAs and stuff. So once I do that, I'll be on different juices all the time.
Craig Campbell says he usually has a menthol in rotation. Jane, the wonderful Jane from Shy Tots, fruit all year round. Interspread, I love that word. Oh, interspersed.
Oh, interspersed.
I think interspread were better. With a very strong menthol. Interspread sounds like something you'd get from Aldi, wouldn't it? Instead of fucking Lurpak.
It does, yeah. Their version of Lurpak butter.
There was an old gingerbread flavour by it was pumpkin spiced by, I can't actually remember who it
wasn't Decadent, was it?
No, it was an American company.
Oh.
I can't remember who it was. But they did a pumpkin spice range. So they did a pumpkin spice pie, which was like cinnamony, pumpkiny. And then they did a pumpkin spice latte as well, which were quite nice.
Okay, the latte sounds good. Ooh.
That were quite nice. But
I used to like. Can you remember when Just Jam brought out that gingerbread one?
Yes,
I remember that one.
Yep. I enjoyed that at one point, and then I think it was a couple of months later, I got another bottle of it, and I didn't like it anymore. It was one of them tastes where, like, do you know, like Marmite?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Buddy just mentioned, obviously, there were ECigs that we used to have a lot to do with when we were on the Vape UK network. And they used to do loads and loads of different flavours, seasonal, didn't they?
Yeah. And black ice.
Oh, he's on the vodka.
No, it's water.
Where have you just filled it up from?
The tap.
Bath.
Do you
tap next to the computer. It's just gone like that.
He's got his own bubbly machine. Do you have still anything? Do you still order from ECigs then, or because you used to still order now and again, didn't you?
The shipping is fucking way too expensive now. Way too expensive, and that's what pisses me off, because Aries Ram was a phenomenal flavour from them. But it's the shipping cost. What happened is that they usually use USPS or UPS, and because ECigs had to register as an LLC about 4 or 5 years ago, before all the strict tariff crap came in, I think they've basically lost most of their UK customer base now, because shipping actually costs more than the liquid.
I was talking to someone from America the other day. They actually came into the store, and one of the guys, the reason they came in, they come in with a rep who frequents the store quite regular, but he's not an RC rep. Actually, a pretty decent. You know, reps are terrible in vaping.
Is that a rep that sells ass?
Yeah, listen, reps in I've when you start working in the shop, like reps from vape companies are the smarmiest cunts you've ever seen. Pardon my French.
Jesus Christ! Right? It's a good job we start at 9 o'clock, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I threw that one straight out there.
You're not on Twitter, are you, Adam?
Literally, I'll tell you something. I'm gonna rant. But they'll walk in. They'll come out the back of the car with a little cardboard box. Right? They don't even come in with a presentation box. It's always a cardboard box.
I thought you were going to say a wheelbarrow there, where you were.
No, not a wheelbarrow. But normally they come in, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen Markation, I've seen Bunny. You'll appreciate this. For some reason, they're just not the greatest reps for vape companies, and this one's actually all right. Lovely guy. But he came in with an American friend of his who'd come over for Expo, and he came through and he walked through the vape shop, and we've got a reasonably big vape shop, and he walked through and he was telling me about the whole idea and it's stuff that we've discussed and we've had people in chat talk about quite a lot, about the fact that vaping in the US in certain states finished in 2016.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they haven't seen some of the newer products. They asked if I'd gone to Expo. I said no, I went to May, and there were a few things that disappointed me about Expo, and they said what? And I did say about the B60. So the B60 was primarily released at May Expo. But if you'd have gone to the Geek Vape stand, you'd have never known.
Yeah.
Because it was full Geek Bar. Says they released the B60 and they was releasing the Geek Vape Zeus X 2. And they were just on a random table round the corner. I said, the thing is, when I put my vapor head on rather than my shop worker head on, I said, you witness, like, Vapor Expo used to be the one time a year, well, 2 times a year, but one time a year, that the hobbyist vapor could walk around somewhere, see all of the shinies, see all of the new stuff.
Yeah.
All of that used to be like Christmas for us hobbyists.
Yeah, well,
yeah. And the trade side of it worked itself out because you had the trade Friday working amongst themselves as well as businesses going round, and then it had everyone buying Saturday, Sunday because you were like, this is new, everything's shiny.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like kind of like that feeling you used to get as a kid when you used to go to Toys R Us, innit?
Yeah, exactly that. And you used to walk round and you'd go, right, I've got this. We'd walk round, me, Mark, and Aidan, and you'd walk round, you'd go, right, I've got this much money, I'm going to spend it on whatever I see. And as long as it was decent and you liked what you seen, you bought it. Whereas May wasn't like that. It was more trade show.
Adam, what do we normally do? The first thing we do when you walk in, you take that deep breath.
Oh, yeah.
Smell Expo.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
No.
Yeah.
That smell wasn't there. You know, people's custards and we're all mixed up. Yeah. And to be honest with you, when you first walked into Expo, it were vaped out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it used to be fucking unreal.
Yeah. And it wasn't. It were clean air. And I literally stopped just for a second just to get that Expo smell. And it wasn't there. And I thought, shit, that is something totally different. See, Adam said, we would walk around. I wasn't really bothered that much. I didn't have the money, really, if I'm honest with you. I spent it on the hotel and getting there. Mine was more of the fact of waiting till the Sundays. About 3 o'clock on the Sunday.
Yeah,
would start going. I were buying RDAs that I could never have built at that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were just, it's a tenner, I'm buying it. It's a tenner, I'm buying it. You just bought shit what were there.
Yeah, and this is what I said to him. I said, it's become a trade show, which, yeah, granted, that's what it was originally designed for.
I see, Stan.
It was, for me, personally, and I'm sure this leads us wonderfully onto your two's weekend, but for me, Vapor Expo used to be that one time a year, that 2 times a year, that a vapor could get really excited about new stuff that were coming out, where you could walk over to a stage, walk over to the stage. I remember I was telling him about Daniel, DJLSB, when we were first starting out on Last Summer Vapes, how he walked over to us, and if you have a look back on the footage from a million years ago, I'm taking a photo and a video with DJLSB, and you turn around, all you can see is people. Like, as far as the eye can see, you can see people.
People everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just lost its edge a little bit. And it scares me a little bit that it might just become a trade show if the people don't start returning. But they have to bring something in to make them return.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, as much as there was still a bit of that this year, there was still a bit of the, you know, the lack of content, for want of a better word, you know. Yeah. But the Ohms one was clearly kind of a tester to see what people, and honestly, mate, it was packed. Yeah. The Ohms zone was packed at times when we were there, and if I'm honest, I enjoyed it in there as well.
So I heard from a couple of folks that Ohms zone was kind of hidden away at a corner somewhere.
It was
sort of at the back, but if you walked from the bar, it was just directly.
It was very close.
It was very close to the bar, so it was quite handy. But you could find it. I think maybe a bit more sort of advertising to it would have been
a good idea. It's a good idea putting it next to the bar, though. It's a good idea.
It is, yeah. But I tell you now, it was exactly what was needed, and it needs more like that.
Yeah,
I honestly think, judging by what I've heard people say, you know, over on the Vapor Expo page, you know, in review, if that is expanded, it doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be huge, right? But if that is expanded, I think they'd start to pull the hobbyists back in, because it was.
I was talking to the owner of the vape shop, because obviously he's got the trade idea of it, and like you guys, we've got the hobbyist side of it. That, like I said, it's that one time a year that you can walk around and get excited.
Yeah.
I said to him, it needs splitting. If I'm going to be honest, it needs splitting. It needs splitting properly, and whether that be, like you've just said, expand the Ohm zone and have hobbyist at the back, disposable trade at the front. Because, don't get me wrong, a lot of these big companies aren't coming across for us. They're coming across to get the wares out there in trade land. So maybe, is it Hall of Vape that actually do the 2-day trade and then 2-day public?
Yeah, I was just going to say that Vic's probably a bit better to tell you about that, because obviously he went to the Hall of Vape, but they sort of did like a juice area, and then they did a sort of hardware area, didn't they?
The one in 2019 was split between two halls, and the halls were roughly the size, because the October Expo is usually the slightly smaller one compared to May. So when me and Chris Bell went there, who used to be Empire Vape Co, when me and Chris Bell went there with Lena Cookie, what they had basically done is that whole exhibition centre complex is one big horseshoe shape with a big fuck-off park in the middle, and the split at the bottom of the horseshoe is a mini park. So on that side of the horseshoe was juice, park. On that side of the horseshoe was hardware only. And this is the best part. The organisers at that point said, in the hardware section, where you get Geek Vape, where you get the Modders Gallery, which I drooled over all the way through the weekend, no music, none at all. So when you walked out of the blaring fucking disco that was the juice hall, with Zebra Juice giving it la 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 and all that crap that Zebra Juice used to do.
They were doing what?
They were going la 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 la. It's that thing that Zebra always did back then.
They were on stills.
Yeah.
Controversial, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that. But when people are there, not you know, like when we've turned up at like 9 o'clock in the morning and there's only about 3 people around and there's DJ going and you try to talk to someone, don't bother. You know, when everyone's in there.
Stage was like that.
Yeah,
it's hard for you know, companies, you know, trying to get the whole point of an expo is that a company can try and get the name out there, and they're trying to have conversations with, like, especially in the Ohms one, because it was so close to the stage, it was really, really loud.
Yeah,
trying to have conversations with people, and a couple of the stalls were actually backed onto the stage.
Oh,
more or
that's
less.
Not good.
So it was like they weren't exactly on the stage, but it was like the ones in that corner where the stage were. You could hardly hear yourself talk to each other.
There was too much bass. Just to let people know, you probably just read that in chat, ladies and gentlemen, which is so sad. LJ McCutchen, which we all know has been around the vape scene for a number of years, has sadly passed away on the 31st. He was obviously sister with Martin McCutchen. Rest in peace, buddy. Very, very sad news.
And I had no idea he was actually related to Martin McCutchen. No idea at all.
No. Brother, wasn't it?
Yeah, his brother, I did.
He was a brother.
No idea.
He's been in this chat loads and loads of times, and 3 Men in a Vape show. So yeah, me condolences go out to the family. Very sad.
He was a regular in all the shows. All the shows he always showed up.
While we're on news, and I don't mean it like in such a flippant throwaway kind of way, right? I would really like us to do a little call to action. So, some breaking news before we get on with the regularly planned schedule of the UK Vape Show. Earlier on this afternoon, I witnessed that Grim Green has had his third and final strike.
Oh, what?
Which means that the community that we live in may have lost possibly one of the longest serving servants to the industry.
Wow.
What I would really like everyone to do, and this is a massive call to action, if you guys have Twitter, please go on to Twitter, find Grim Green on there.
Hold on, I'll get the link, unless Stuart beats me to it.
Or Stuart, grab the link for Grim Green. I think he put something out there. I did see him put a Facebook post. But we could be losing one of the greatest, in my opinion. He's been in a lot of my top 5s and a lot of my top 10s throughout the years, right? But he's got his third and final strike on a video from 7 years ago, with no apparent rule breaking, with no apparent QR codes, URLs, or anything like that. He can't see anything, and obviously he's been hit by the YouTube bot. So he's appealed the strike, and they've instantly gone no. So what I want you to do, guys, if you can, if your computer's good enough, if your computer's good enough to run 2 screens at the same time, or 2 windows, because mine isn't sometimes, but get over to Twitter, let's get this retweeted, let's get a little bit of traction if we can. If we can build a little bit of traction, then every little helps. We've seen it happen with Mike Vapes, we've seen it happen with a lot of people, but this seems to be his third and final strike. And he put this up a couple of hours ago, and I know he did put an announcement out there that he was going to stick to Twitch for a little bit, but Stuart, that doesn't surprise me.
You know when you say third and final strike, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, my phone's going wild. When you say third and final strike, I thought, right, because he hasn't had a strike for a while as well. I thought after 90 days the strikes were wiped.
It does, yeah.
So what happened where he got a strike.
Hold on.
He got put in jail for 2 weeks, and his other strike came.
Can't see a fucking thing.
His channel's still up.
Yeah, it is.
I'm reading it here. I'm reading it here from Grim
obviously with a strike.
Twitter. I'm at the end of my rope. I just received my third strike on another 8-year-old video. There were no regulated goods, links, none appeared on screen, and no QR codes were shown, but I got a strike anyway. I'm thinking what could have happened here is the first 2 strikes that he
been wiped off.
Yeah, the first 2 strikes that he got could have lapsed past the warning period, and then he got the third strike, but because the first 2 had lapsed, he's now on a 7-day suspension, but his channel hasn't been taken down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking there. That's what I meant, because after 90 days, I'm sure it says you can't.
Yeah, that's what's happened to 2 of mine.
Yeah.
I've had loads of strikes, but they've ended up that they've lapsed.
See,
you know, like gone.
What I did is that anything before I moved into that studio, I just deleted the videos. It's like fucking practically 2,000 videos gone, but Grim didn't want to do that because his channel's a history channel.
The thing is, it's not just that. It's not just reviews over there. It's the fucking advocacy.
It's the advocacy stuff. Yeah, and by the looks of it, I mean, he said it there. It was an 8-year-old video they hit, so he must have said something in that video, like
or
visit
something.
www.insertnameoffuckingshophere.com. Because here's the thing: even if you don't have the text on screen with a QR code, they've got the automatic fucking subtitle crap going on now.
Yeah.
If you say the website, and it shows up in the subtitles, struck.
The worst thing is, it's
fucking shocking.
It comes at a time when we just thought that
stick it up your cock. Woo!
Yeah.
When
it's exciting times. Exciting.
It was just starting to drop off a little bit. This sort of relentless attack to a certain degree that has been happening over the last 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, nearly a year.
Well, the horrible bit about it is it sort of stopped a lot of people putting content out, and it's also stopped. You've got to tell my brother, I think he just got absolutely pissed off with it.
Get fed up with it.
Yeah.
He'd been working all them years for his channel. You got to think my brother were constantly putting content out there. They were hiding his videos. The views are going down, and it was very hard. So eventually he's just gone, fuck it. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to do my live show, which he enjoys doing. He's not going to put himself through the stress. Am I going to get another strike? Am I going to get another warning? It's just again, we say it every week, and every time we talk about it. You're all right if you're showing weed, or
knives,
women in
guns.
skimpy knickers, or if you're doing this or doing that, it's fine. But vaping, which it saves lives, is the devil's spawn.
Yeah, vaping's bad, but go ahead and review guns. Go ahead and review alcohol. Go ahead and review cigarettes and cigars. They're all fine. They're all fine, but vaping's bad. Fuckers.
Which isn't illegal.
Exactly.
The worst thing is,
oh, sorry, go on.
All I was going to say is community guidelines, right? For the people who have been sad enough to sit there and read what you are and aren't allowed to do, what you are and aren't allowed to talk about, what you are and aren't allowed to put on video, right? The amount of channels that just blatantly do it.
Oh, yeah.
But whether it be cigarettes, whether it be sexualization of a person, whether it be armor, whether it be guns, whether it be, look, you can buy this off Wish. It's a bulletproof vest and 3 guns. And they will have the link to the weapon under the video.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing is the reason that they're saying that they don't like vape, they don't like, it's because it's like nicotine related, lung cancer and all that, and it's chances, it's gonna shorten your life and all this kind of guns. You know what I mean? Like guns. There's channels out there, reviewing strains of weed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean? Outrageous.
But that's what I mean. It's like, how does that work?
I'll have a look in a second, Toma.
The biggest thing about it is that what we're doing isn't illegal.
It's only illegal in certain countries, and that's only minor.
There's certain countries, but we're on about the UK, and
Exactly.
the thing is, the adverts that they're showing here in the UK are mainly UK adverts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still showing them on it. And we don't get paid for it.
But thank you to anyone and everyone if you go out there and do that, because do you know what? To lose someone like Grim, and I'm not just saying this, he's a little personal hero of mine, and to lose his videos, his bro trips, his vape vlogs from years ago, and all them sort of stuff that you can just literally sit back and watch. It will be a sad time for the vaping YouTube community, because the guy is an absolute living legend.
He's an absolute nice guy as well. Like,
I've met him so many times. He
is a lovely guy,
and he's exactly what he's like when he's on camera.
Yeah.
I always remember my brother, who's a massive fanboy of him, when we went to Vape Jam. Probably, I think about 2017, 2018, and my brother just queued just to wait for him. He says, "Look, I've come for me cuddle because they're into Star Wars." Cuddled him and spent about 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I even got him to do yo 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 on one of my videos.
But to lose that, thank you everyone. If you've gone over to Twitter, if you've got Twitter, if you don't have a chance to do it now, do it at the end of the show. Get yourself over there. Let's do what we can.
I think Stuart put his Twitch channel in there, so go over and give him a follow.
Yeah, because he is a cornerstone of vaping YouTube. So one of the.
Have you had anything else, Vic? Have you had any more come around?
Nothing. No strikes. The previous strikes, they're long gone now. So I've had nothing else. But again,
I've got one still pending. I think that finishes somewhere in next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. But I mean, fingers crossed, touch wood and all that. I went through all the videos that are left, I went through every single fucking one of them and blurred out or cut out, using the shitty YouTube editor, any mention of websites or any QR codes on the boxes that I showed off. That's why when you look at the reviews that I do now, I just don't show the package anymore.
No,
I just skip that
show what's
bit.
in it.
Yeah, I just skip that bit.
I've got one for Blue Waffle. I have.
You got
that could have worked out so
bad.
bad. You could have accidentally turned around and says, "I've got Blue Waffle."
I've got one sat there just waiting, just in case anything goes back up on RetroVape TV. But it's sat there waiting for me. It's from Blue Waffle. It's from about 2018. And I laugh at it every time I go into YouTube studio and go, Blue Waffle.
Just to go back to Expo, thank you so much for everybody who stopped me and you as well, Grizz.
I did
so many selfies and spoke to a load of people, subscribers. It were brilliant. I think a lad come, Alistair. I was stood outside the show, came up behind me and says, if I said about catcock, would you know what I meant? And they were like, what? The amount of people that kept coming up to me about catcock, it was brilliant. I'm really good with other people wasn't really listening. Because just random people coming up going, catcock.
Catcock.
It was really good, and it was nice seeing a lot of the vendors as well. I didn't really go to that many stands, but it was quite nice. I didn't get to see everybody. CC Coils were there. I didn't get to see him till the end of the Saturday. I was on there one day. But yeah, it was brilliant. It was really nice catching up with everybody.
It was. We spoke to loads of people, and it is always nice when people actually come up to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's really nice, and it is appreciated as well.
It was nice. It wasn't the same though, without like obviously you two being there. It wasn't the same. All your bunnies, your Gales. All our people who we normally go with, it wasn't the same without you. It was all.
I mean, I think this is what people have got to realise sometimes. The way things are at the moment, we're not going to Expo for Expo. We're going for the social side and to meet people and stuff like that. And as much as it was nice who we did see, you know, it was such a shame that there was so many missed faces. You know, there was Bunny, there was Vic, Adam. You know what I mean?
There was brother Solo Monday, there was Stevie, there were no Gaily Bops, there were
there was just so many people that weren't actually there, you know. And I'm hoping, but so who's booked up for May?
I will be there in May.
I will be there as well.
And I'm going to talk about this to Grizz because I'm going to try and get him to stay till the Monday. Because the problem is, I've always done it Thursday to Sunday, right? And Sunday's always like you've got to pack your bags, you've got to get all done. Too much of a rush. And you're always in a rush. And then when you get there, it sort of dies down towards the end of the Sunday. Where I'd like to then do a little bit more footage, get a few more interviews, and then sort of like maybe talk to these people. And then go back and just relax.
Yep. But the thing is, this is what I said to you before. When you're with me, there's no need to rush away. We can come back. We can leave at 10 o'clock if you want.
Yeah, but
I've got to be at work on Monday, mate.
Yeah, but it's your holiday. See, sure you can book one day off or a few days off. It's not like you've got to pick it by Christmas.
Listen to him, he's getting right Larry now, isn't he?
Okay, now you've got ages just to book that one Monday off. Do a bit more work on the Wednesday.
I'm going to knock at the door at 2 o'clock in the morning saying, Grizz, answer the fucking door. Answer the fucking door. I've got a fucking bone to pick with you, son.
Get back, you bastard.
I'll break your legs. You dirty pig. You dirty pig.
We've obviously got to work on. He did drive down there at 50 mile an hour. We were just talking.
I preferred the bit about the toilet because that genuinely was true, guys. I'm not even joking.
20 minutes in the toilet. I'd already done my ablutions, right? And I'm stood outside.
Mate, I needed a dump from when I was at yours.
Could have got it.
Do you know what I mean? I wasn't going for a dump in his house and then leaving it with Lou.
I would have done. And if I were, you can imagine just leave it done. And if I were you, I'd leave that for 5 minutes.
It took longer than 5 minutes.
We got to, and I'll tell you what, the utter shit show of us trying to park was even better. We had express parking, didn't we? The express parking were brilliant. Thanks to Sam, we just walked straight in. You know, like we normally have to walk from the Premier. This was like straight in. You were there, and when we went to go and get something to eat at the Resort World, we got in, right? He just carried on driving. So I looked over to him, and that's it. Why don't we just park all the way at the back of the fucking car park and we'll walk the rest of the way?
No, that wasn't how you said it. That wasn't how you said it. You said, you know what would be best, mate? You know, honestly, you know what would be best? He says, just drive all the way at the back of the car park. We'll park there. And I was, honestly, I must have drove past so many empty car parking spaces. And I was just heading straight for the back of the park.
So anyway,
I don't know why.
We went to every single restaurant in this resort world. We went to every single one. It was just full. It were absolutely jam-packed. Eventually, we got with loads of laughs all the way around it. Eventually, we got to this burger place. We then laugh all the way back to the van. Then we get in there and realise you have to pay for your parking in the resort world.
Oops.
So we had to walk all the way back, passing Jane on the way. She were parking.
Then I'd just like to say, right? Do you know Aidan put that thing in about the toilet and issues, right? I'd just like to say, I went to pay for my park, and Aidan turned around and says, right, I'm going to pop in for a quick dump before we set off, right? So I thought, right, I'll put my thing on. I need a quick piss, quickly jump in there, have a wee, come back out, he'll be done. Because I thought, oh, he was quick this morning, he's going to be quick tonight. So I goes to the toilet, has a wee, whistles a bit, you know, takes me time, comes out, no Aidan. Didn't know where he was, so I thought, has he gone back to the van? And then I realised I'd left my phone in the van.
Oops.
So I thought, oh, shit. You know what I mean? I can't walk all the way back to the van until I've at least stood here 20 minutes waiting for him. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I goes downstairs, bumps into Jane, has a bit of chat with Jane, comes back upstairs, he's still not there, goes back downstairs again, having a look around, looks outside, comes back upstairs, he's sat there on the chair waiting. And I'd imagine he'd done another video thing and Grizz is having a shit again.
So, obviously from my first experience of his toilet that sort of habits, I thought when he said he needs to go to the toilet, now I'd seen the burger he'd ate. Right? So I'm thinking that's going to take a little while to come out if the other one, he only had a bacon sandwich, little tiny bacon sandwich, and that took him a fortnight. So I took my time, I hung my coat up, you know, because obviously we all know I go to the disabled toilet. Just got the room. Got myself all nicely out and got myself sat down, looked at my phone a bit.
No, it's so you can hold on to handles and gear it some.
Gear it some.
Got myself all comfy and all that. Did what I need to do. Just sauntered back out, and I'm thinking, is that it again? I took my time, and he's still not here. Next thing you know, this red-faced bloke goes up and goes, where have you been? Looks I've gone out with my wife. Where have you been?
Catcock.
Why would... No, this makes you laugh. Why would I have just left him and walked to the van on my own?
I don't know, mate.
Why didn't you just sit there and wait for me?
I was very tired and my brain was broken. No, because I didn't know if you'd gone downstairs. I didn't know if you'd gone outside for a vape or what.
Do you know the best thing about it as well? I were expecting that. You know when you hear him, when you walk around a shopping centre, hello, does anybody know an Aidan Crew? we've got his son here, Sean Grizzly. He's lost. Can you please come to reception? He's got shit all over him.
To be fair, all I'm thinking about is the added security of going to the disabled toilet because you've got one of them bells, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a big light. Don't turn that on. He goes to Dougie in thingy, doing his bird search.
Exactly.
He goes to Dougie.
he goes to Dougie. Word search. That's what he wrote. He's Peter Kane it. You grab my don't touch that. Don't touch that red one. Whatever you do. Fucking mall cops come running at you.
But yeah, it was honestly like as much as like I've heard a few people saying about it still being disposable heavy. Yes, it was disposable heavy, but it was still a good giggle, and it is still an enjoyable thing to do, depending on what you're going for.
Yeah,
you know, at the end of the day, you've got to go with an open mind every year. That's what an expo is supposed to be. You know,
you were like I want to bump into Darth. There were other people who bumped in, like I said, Danny were there. There was Simon 62. There was Pugs. There were all them lot there, and it was really nice having a little chat to them and sorting bits and bobs out. There were other people that we've known for ages. I didn't meet James Drawbridge. King's Custard were there.
No, he was at a James Drawbridge was at a wedding on that Saturday.
He was going to be there on the Sunday. But yeah, it was just nice. There were Blazing Vapes, there were Flat Cap Vapor, there were loads of people. I think Benny Vapes as well. I didn't get to see Ian. Every time I went past the Dispergo stand, it was jam-packed. Is that leaking again?
Yeah. What?
Is that leaking again?
No, I'm filling it up.
Oh, right. So I thought it might have been leaking.
So, super quickly, like super quickly
Shit,
before
it's
I
10
open
to
the
10.
bag.
I need to do a fucking Vic's job.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Another job.
It's normally you that leads me into this, Adam. Come on, son, switch on.
Well, you've been at Expo, right? So, lads, while you've been at Expo, it's been a long week. We've been a week away from the UK Vape Show. But has Vic been busy this week, Sean?
Oh, he has. I was in for a massive
Does Vic
surprise.
put share on?
Oh, fuck, I need to put share on. Hold on.
I was in for a massive surprise this week. This photo was only taken about... how long does it take to get yours from mine, Vic? About 3 hours? 3 hours. It was only taken about 3 hours ago, right? So obviously, birthday today, as everyone knows. And the missus is trying to book me a surprise. The missus and me mates, they're all clubbed together to book me a surprise. Now, I didn't have a clue what this surprise was, but they told me I need to stay in, I need to be back from work at a certain time. I need to be home from work because you've got a surprise coming around your house. Get to knock at the door, right? And this is what greeted me. Yes. Oh my God. I could not believe how excited I got. Dear me.
Happy birthday. That's 2 weeks in a row. I want to look up his legs.
Look at that, man. The guy is a specimen.
It's the hairy back I like.
So yeah, he came in, all the kit.
And the best thing about it as well, you'd obviously know he's into Star Trek. He's doing the fucking Spock fingers.
Okay. That's how you can tell it's a real one.
He rigged up the pole, black curtains all around my living room, guys. And then do you know what it is? I have to say a big, massive thank you, Vic, for coming and entertaining me for 10 minutes. That's all it took. 10 minutes, and then you had to drive all the way back to get back on for the UK Vape Show, mate. And you took all the suit off, because obviously that's a different look to what you got now, son.
Oh yeah,
innit?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's impressive what you do with makeup.
Well, what can I say? If you take your time, it usually works.
But yeah, that's what Vic's been doing this week. So have you? You must have been doing that a while, because you looked very experienced, mate.
Yeah, but I decided to knock it in the head. It was too much, and I kept getting chaffing down my leg when I was knocking down the pole. So, I had to give up.
Baby oil, mate.
No, but then you slide down the pole too fucking quick if you put baby oil on.
Vic, can you remember? I think again it must be about 2018 where they did actually have pole dancers on there.
They did. So
it turned out really good for like the Friday, but by the time you got to Sunday, they looked like they'd been beat up.
Yeah.
And they were on the game sweep. Paul, they've got bruises all in between the legs, and they weren't they?
Yep.
I mean, I actually got to. I know we're running short on time, but I just want to quickly wait there. I actually got 2 snaps of it.
A bit of VG and you'll be fine.
I got 2 snaps of it. So that's
is that from experience, Keith?
Hang on, 2 seconds. I'll quickly get this, and you'll love this one as well. Honestly,
Dom Long says you do know some of us haven't eaten, right?
Just absolutely amazing. Honestly, look at this one, man. Like, can you believe this? Look at that.
Oh my God. I like how you've done a very professional tuck.
Well, look at the pube tattoo.
I know.
It's a proper Scotland heart.
Is that a kelpie on your hip as well?
The kelpie on his hip.
It's tucked in between his bum cheeks. I had to get it out.
It looks like a burger.
Yeah, people are going to have nightmares tonight now. I hope you
So what are you
realise
doing,
that.
Vic? Are you sticking to that? Or are you going back to YouTube?
Nah, going back to YouTube. My inside legs were chaffing too much from the fucking pole.
Nah, it's a nightmare, that, mate. Honestly, you want to get
Jeff
some
says
talc.
he's choking on his vape.
Talc, get some talc, some baby oil for the pole, and you'll be sound, mate. Yeah.
X marks the spots.
Drop a bit of black vine on there and it'll smell beautiful.
William Dobson said, "Told you Vic was taller in heels."
Yeah.
Taller than heels.
Shit.
To be fair, actually, you do look really tall there.
It's because of the heels.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
got legs
impressed.
for days.
I just couldn't believe the tights. The tights were just amazing.
You
Honestly,
know what?
guys.
I wore a pair of them tights once and I forgot to take them down when I had a shit. I was shitting chips.
Oh, Jesus.
Like a Mr. Play-Doh machine.
Yeah, like somebody's squid.
Memorable birthday this was. Thank you so much, Vic.
Did you get an happy ending?
No, he wasn't.
Like his massage.
No,
then.
he said he was
You were
never
in a
doing
rush.
that since he's never doing that since he did the massage.
No,
job.
the massage thing put me off happy endings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, not again.
said no chance.
I'm not being funny, lads, but we're nearly at 10 o'clock and we
know.
haven't even opened Adam's sack.
Super quick one before we open the bag. And I'm so sorry it's super quick, but obviously, as you know, we're running pretty short on time. So
Well, you can push it on to 10:30 because there's no giveaway. There goes half the audience.
bye. But you did just get to see Vic in heels. As always, you are my special agent. This is from Toma. Yesterday in Israel, a young 28-year-old man got a disposable vape named YOLO. And it blew up in his mouth.
Ooh.
He is not dead, but it will take a long time to return to himself. All of this because of the government that not regulated the vape devices, and it will allow to sell.
We've had YOLO.
Well, you've had YOLOs.
Yeah.
It could be, but the thing is, right? What you've got to remember is there's a lot of counterfeits going around of any kind of disposable because they're so cheap to make that a lot of companies are jumping on this bandwagon. So don't tarnish. And I'm not even desiring to stick up for disposable companies, but I'm just saying that there is a lot of counterfeits out there.
True. I've got a dick.
But it's a sad story.
Way over town. That dick's on me.
It's all my dick.
And obviously the worst thing is, just the same as everything else, the newspapers and local news are saying it's as bad as smoking, because obviously the danger that's coming towards it.
Well,
now,
we had that from the US as well, didn't we? You remember when a bloke had a mech mod and he stuck a sub-ohm tank on it?
Yeah, and it turned
Blew
into a
off his
pipe bomb,
face, though.
basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a no-name mech mod. It was just like it wasn't even.
Well, you don't put a sub-ohm tank on a mech
Well,
mod
of course
anyway.
you don't either. I get that, yeah, but it was the way it was reported.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way it was reported was ridiculous. He had no experience with mechs whatsoever.
None.
Do you know what I mean? None. He said he just and like I said before, I've said this before millions of times, right? I went to Florida, walked into a vape shop, asked him. There was some nice mechs on the thing, and I was asking him about it and stuff like that. And I was asking what kind of things he asks the customer or anything like that. They're not allowed to do anything. Not allowed to show you. Not allowed to.
They're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to give you any advice whatsoever. All they can do is sell you that mod.
Mm-hmm. Very strict.
We again, you and me spoke about this in the van up there. The shop on the corner here, not the people who are in it now. Finn's really good, and the lad who works there as well. He started putting handwritten things. I will build your RDA for you. Now I went in there and I said to him, "It's all right, you building an RDA for somebody, but if he then goes and puts it on a mech that it's not actually supposed to go on there for, and it blows up in your face, if you got public liability insurance, it's going to cover you. You're trying to make £15 off of somebody who can't build, but then he takes it home and then puts it on something that it shouldn't go on.
Yeah.
You're in a world of shit, dude.
It's a bomb.
It's a bomb. If you seen Wrong Hands, it's a bomb.
That's a bomb.
How many times was that said the other day at Expo?
Well, yeah, loads of people. Any mate that were going there, it were a bomb.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to ask Jackie, but I'm going to see if I can last half an hour. I'm going to empty my sack all over your ear holes.
He doesn't want you to ask Jackie.
No, don't. Best 3 minutes of her life. That's why she married me. Shall we start, chaps?
Yes.
Sorry, mate. I'm procrastinating again, aren't I?
Oh, I like it though. I like
Oh,
procrastination.
Jesus, everybody's come out with big words now.
I like it. It's catchy.
Think of a big word, quick, Aiden. Think of a big word.
Adam looks like Peter Sutcliffe.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You are more than welcome, Toma. So, Harry Poppins. I can be found in Julie Andrews' knockers.
Oh, dear.
It's rude to ask a lady her age. Watching the UK's #1 vape show. With Grizz and Mike starting their horror theme on Grizz's Twatch. I think he meant Twitch, but he spelled Twatch.
Yeah.
And Adam's new channel. There is a lot of local and national folklore, for example. I'm Devon, where I'm from. In Devon, where I'm from. Outsiders should be wary of the fog on the moors, as the Devon pixies lead tourists to their deaths, supposedly. My question is, what is your favourite local folklore, supernatural story, or mythical creature, and what is the myth, and why do you like that one? P.S. Happy birthday, Grizz. Hopefully you've had a couple of beers.
I've had wine.
And Coke. Wine and Coca-Cola.
Thank God he said Coca-Cola after that. That'd have been terrible, though.
It's been a great birthday.
That's been a right birthday. Strippers and Coke. Fucking hell. Local folklore.
So I'm not going to say local. Obviously, doing the new channel, I've been doing quite a lot of research.
Which is a great channel, by the way.
You are.
Which is a great channel, by the way.
Thank you.
It really is.
Really enjoyed it.
It really is. Your last
I've been doing
video
quite a
was
lot of
fucking
research.
fire.
I've been doing quite a lot of research into local histories and local folklore and stuff like that. My favourite is Cornwall. So it's not actually too far away from you in Devon. But Cornwall, there is an owl man. There is a myth about an owl man. And now obviously, I've tried to look for the most realistic sort of folklore stories to start telling stories on the channel about. And one of them, this is completely sort of out there because it's a ghost. It's not a ghost. It's a owl man, so half man, half owl, that sits on the top of a church in Cornwall, and supposedly picks people up and takes them away.
Hold on a minute. Which end?
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. The problem with doing some of these stories is you can't believe a lot of the stuff because it might be from crazy.
Well, obviously, I don't see a lot of them flying around.
Exactly.
Now, has he got a ginormous head on a really small body, or has he got ginormous legs on his
like a mermaid
all the way around like that?
Yeah, but it's like the mermaid, isn't it? Which side would you like the fish?
But
it's true.
I like the bottom end.
Yeah, but would you like the bottom end of a woman
that's
or
why
bottom end
God
of
give
a
him
fish?
2 pair of lips so they can piss and moan at the same time. I'm going to get done for that.
Hey! I'm here all week.
I'm only joking. I'm only
Twitter.
joking.
Twitter, Aiden. Fucking hell, I've told you already. Twitter. Think of it. Think of it.
But there's the owl man of Cornwall, and I thought that was quite an interesting one. I'm not going to cover it because it's a little bit too out there.
Yeah, but did you not find out which end were what?
Apparently, it's more anthropomorphic.
Both ends. Both ends with the back.
Yeah, wings. Bloke with wings.
Yeah.
But it's actually England's version of Mothman. So if you've ever heard of Mothman, which is obviously an American legend.
Again, but you could just go, ow! Ow!
Thank you very much, Mike. It is the Owl Man of Mornan.
Do you know what always makes me laugh about moths, right? They come out at night time and look for fucking great big bulbs to go and bang their head on. Why don't they come out in the fucking daytime? There's a great big fucking sun.
Can you imagine them all flying all up?
I'll tell you what, I like shiny things that light up. I'm just going to stay till the dark.
Don't look at the light.
Lads, let's go out now. We'll go out early. Get a good run of the fucking mill. Fucking straight up there. Look at that fucking light. Look at that fucking light. That's the biggest light I have ever seen.
It's so beautiful. That's all it
the
reminds me
biggest
of.
light I've ever seen.
You can imagine it all. There'll be that bloke at the back's going, I tell you what, I don't think we should go up there. Can you see how big his fucking torch is? Can you imagine how big he is?
Me, does it have to be scary shit or not?
No.
Right. So, where I live, County Durham, right, we live very next to, I'm the Wishampton Deck. So we've, Aiden's going to boo himself. Aiden's having a boo quick.
We've only got 15 minutes left.
I love it when he goes red. He goes red because he's giggling that hard. Just up the road's Hartlepool. Now, anyone that knows Hartlepool knows that the myth up there is that a long time ago, I think it was a monkey was found on a beach or something like that, and I think it was during the war.
I've seen that.
And what they did was they trialed this monkey as a spy. I'm not shitting you, honestly, mate. I'm not joking, right? They trialed this monkey as a spy and found the monkey guilty, right? And hanged the monkey.
What?
I am not joking. I'm not joking, honestly. It's the fucking craziest bit of fucking law I've ever heard in my life. I'm not shitting you, honestly. Read it, honestly. Have a look, right? Because that's what obviously Hartlepool football team, their mascot is a monkey.
That's right. So that's right.
Honestly, right? This is a fucking true. Whether it's a true story or not, but it is a myth. Like one of them things where you think, "Fuck off." You know what I mean?
It's the same one as that when they took that monkey. He went to trial. There was this massive, great big car crash, and these two couples died. And they took this monkey, and they were like, "I can't." Judges going, "Look, I can't interview a monkey." He went, "Honestly, this monkey knows exactly what's happening." So the judge went, "What happened to this? What happened with the car crash?" He says, "How many people were in there?" He went, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh." He says, "There were 4 of them." He went, "Yeah." He says, "What were the first 2 doing?" He went, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh." He says, "Oh, they were making love in the front." He went, "All right, I've got that." He says, "What were the 2 in the back doing?" He went, he says, "They were making love as well." He went, What was you doing?" He went, "Ooh." Sorry,
it's weird though,
jokes.
isn't it? When you listen to it though, and you listen to that story, and it's something that is supposed to have actually happened, right? And you can just imagine the trial. These guys all stood in the big wigs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that trial must have been surreal.
Because back in them days, they used to wear them white,
the white wigs,
white wigs and that. And there's this fucking monkey sat in the booth, saying, "So, who do you work for?" Yeah, and the monkey's like, "Huh? Huh?"
North Vapor, it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
With mine was the wonderful Paul Doolin. Let me know, Cusworth Hall, just up the road. Which, if you watched when we were doing the walk for prostate cancer, we went up there. Apparently, that's haunted. Vic,
the Kelpie.
No, I'm staying local with this one. Irvine, right in the west coast. You've got the headless monk that supposedly haunts Seagate Castle, which is half a mile, well, 3/4 of a mile down the road from me. It's the ruins that apparently Mary, Queen of Scots, visited Seagate Castle on her way down to get beheaded by her sister.
See you later, Gregor.
See you later on, Gregor.
buddy.
You've got the wailing white woman who used to haunt Ravens Park Asylum Hospital. But Ravens Park, and this is the good bit, right? Ravens Park Asylum used to be on the moors of Irvine, because we've got a massive moorland which runs along the River Irvine. So when the I think it was the 1962 Asylum Act came in, and all asylums were ran by the NHS, Ravens Park Hospital was still in use, and it was an asylum, and it was just fucking the horror stories from that place. A fucking scary shit went on there. So the local council shut Ravens Park down, and then they knocked it down. What do you think they built on the grounds of Ravens Park Hospital?
An Indian burial ground.
Houses. So they actually thought, I know, Here we've got an asylum.
Which is even worse.
Yeah, here we've got an asylum which has got a really, really bad reputation. There's apparently some wild screaming woman in a white gown which walks out and screams at people at 12 midnight. That's one of the rumours of the old Ravens part. Let's build houses. And if you look at Google Maps, that housing estate is sitting all by itself with no shops next to it. No petrol stations, it's just sitting there all alone. And nutters decided to actually buy houses there. No. Then you've got the ghost of Eglinton Castle, the 8th Earl of Eglinton, who was beheaded accidentally. How the fuck you can accidentally behead someone, I don't know. But there's all sorts of fucking ghost stories here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. It's just insane town. It's an insane town, this one.
I'm going to hype up my next video, which is coming out on Monday. But it's one of my favourite stories that I've stumbled upon so far. And it is the Ghost of Hammersmith. And the Ghost of Hammersmith is actually a story where a ghost hunt actually turned into murder.
Ooh.
But not only that, changed UK law forever. And this is 1804 and it changed it forever. But I don't want to spoil too much. But that's what the Hammersmith Ghost, after I started reading into this, it was incredible.
I mean, Mike's just said there.
I've seen.
Yeah, honestly, you need to get your heads together. 100%.
Well, I've got some really, really good stuff and some fun stuff coming up. So thank you for that question, Martin.
Funky shit. I'm not joking. Funky shit.
Some monkey shit.
It's funky shit. Monkey tits.
That was a good question.
I feel like I played a really shit game of Scrabble.
That was a really good question.
Just a big shout out to UK Andy. He's just feeding his cat. He's got a nice bit. He just sent me a photograph of it, and he has called his cat Vic.
Oh, that's
Yay.
right.
Pussy. Sorry. Couldn't help that. That gave out. That one. There was no stopping that one.
The wonderful Paul Dooling writes in, still living in a tent under Bentley Bridge. So following last week's success on MasterChef, by the way, John and Greg loved your food. This has now inspired you all to throw a dinner party. So we've gone from MasterChef to come dine with me. You can invite 4 guests. These can be famous, alive, or dead, but they cannot be any of your fellow casters. So who would you invite and why?
The last time this happened, I got into trouble.
And to Sean, happy birthday.
Thank you, dude.
And the best thing about it was as well, I preempted Putin.
You did.
I did, didn't I?
I bet you wouldn't be inviting him to a meal now.
No, I'm not now. No. He'd probably send one of his drones.
For reliable.
I've always said the same person. I would love to be at dinner with Robin Williams. He's a hero. I just think he's absolutely hilarious, especially if it were like his 80s cocaine, alcohol-fueled days. Billy Connolly, I would have as well. Peter Kay, he always made me laugh, and also Richard Pryor.
Yeah, good shout.
That would be one hell of a laughing dinner party, wouldn't it?
I would go for Freddie Mercury, because it's just a cracking shout. If you've ever watched any of his interviews or anything like that,
always funny.
Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. Since I watched his Hot Ones, if you watch Hot Ones, watch Dave Grohl's Hot Ones. It's incredible. But Dave Grohl, he was doing a whiskey chaser with every wing. It was incredible. And I would also, there's a new guy that I've just started watching on YouTube. He's a camper. He's called Blot Outdoors. Right? It's called Blot Outdoors. And me and Jackie watched it the other night, and he literally camped behind a harvester. It was hilarious. The man's a fucking psychopath, right? But I'd have him, and to finish off, I'm going to nick Grim Green, and Grim Green's always on my table, so I'm Grim.
What is it, fucking Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So he's got half owl, now he's got half man, half turkey.
Hey!
I'm here all week, do try the fish.
I would probably go for, again, Aidan said Robin Williams.
Thought you were going to say Putin.
All day long. Oh my God, I grew up on his films. Hook, man. No, not Putin's. Fucking hell. His videos are like
the guns of Kiev. The bridge over the river Crimea.
I was just thinking
I'm not laughing about war.
Mate, you're fucked. Like I'm telling you now, your Twitter. Oh shit, Matt, your Twitter is going to be going fucking crazy tomorrow.
You are going to blow up. You're going to go viral.
So I would probably go Robin Williams. Robbie Williams.
Oh, that'd get a bit confusing.
I've been a massive fan of his for years, and I would
like
probably
his
go
movie.
for someone. I'll probably go for someone just to shake it up a bit, like Chris.
Are you on a Bloody Mary?
Like Chris Eubank or something like that. I'd probably chuck in there.
I thought you were going to go out with Shakin' Stevens.
No. Yeah, probably like, cause I just love Robin Williams, you know, a bit like Aiden. The guy was a fucking legend to many kids in my era. Should never have went, but is what it is. Definitely have him, and Robbie Williams and Chris Eubank. Fuck it, let's throw him in there. Do I need to put one more or not?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Obviously, if there's 4.
Nightmare. I'll go for.
Do you know what I'd put with that, mate? I'd put Nigel Benn, because at the end of it, when you're all pissed,
that's in the same restaurant at the same time. Are we all in the same restaurant?
Yeah, we can all join in.
Table of 4.
We can intermingle.
Table of 4 in the same restaurant. We've got to pick our table, yeah. Well, Robin Williams is like dotting between mine and Aiden's.
Yeah.
And I'll put Paddy McGuinness, so him and Pink Cake can fire off each other.
Nice.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Come on, Vic. Liz Truss.
This is going to be amazing.
See, I was going to go down the political road. I was going to go down the political road, but that's far too fucking easy for me.
We haven't got time for you to go down the political road, mate.
I thought he might have gone for that. What's his name? Who conquered Everest? Thingy Scott. It just reminds me when he has a shit. Maybe sometime.
Maybe sometime. No, I'm going to go for Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and Tony Bennett.
Oh, cracking sound.
Mate.
We do, starting a band.
Wicked.
Starting a band, yeah.
If he did with them names, it would be the best band ever.
Yeah. I watched a documentary on Dean Martin the other day, and he was obviously he always used to play that he was drunk all the time, and he actually wasn't until later on. Yeah. He'd hurt his back, and he were on massive set of painkillers. Yeah. And obviously his son got killed, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost his son. Yeah. He lost his son as well.
Yeah, so that, and then his other son died, and then that rape. That's where he hit the old alcohol.
I was in my home bar the other night, just swimming. I was in there with Joe, and Joe looked down at me, and I looked down at Joe, and Joe said, "What you drinking down there?" I said, "Scotch and carrot juice." He says, "I get drunk, but I'd see good." It's one of my favourite rap jokes.
See good, I love that.
Because I don't drink anymore, I freeze it and eat it like
a popsicle. That's the one that's stuck in my head. Yep. Yeah. Love that quote. Love that.
That is Live at the Sands Hotel. If you ever get a chance to watch Live at the Sands Hotel, it's incredible.
One of my favourite ones that he did as well was the roast.
The roasts were phenomenally funny.
They were brilliant. Again, Sammy Davis Jr. would be there. Sinatra would be there. What was that other bloke? What was his name? Bald-headed bloke. He was just like so ruthless.
Alf Garnett.
No, he wasn't. No.
Alf Garnett.
Alf Garnett.
Have you got Twitter, son? I'm going to leave it right there.
Yeah, I think you should in.
A cracking question. Thank you very much, Paul Darling. Here we go. Prick in a shed with a dog, stranded in the Mediterranean because I'm a shit reviewer. Age is just a number. Question for Adam. A couple of weeks ago, you mentioned that you know how Worcestershire sauce is made, then never actually said it. Said what it is.
I've got the cheap shit from Aldi.
So would you now care to tell the world how Worcestershire sauce is made? P.S. Happy birthday, Grizz.
Do you know what I love about this as well, right? They tell you that it is Worcestershire sauce, right? I can't even say it properly, right? But then they tell you what it's fucking great on. Look underneath it. It's great on cheese on toast. Thanks very much for that.
That's the only thing that anyone ever uses it for. You're the only person who's using it for a Bloody Mary.
Yes, but you've got to have it on a Bloody Mary.
You got a Worcester sauce and a Bloody Mary. Yeah.
Worcestershire sauce. So it's fermented vinegar and anchovies.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just left to stew and stupor till it tastes yummy.
Bloody good in a Bloody Mary, though.
Just quickly, Steve, I need to drop you a message, mate. Steve Nichols. I need to drop you a message, bro.
Was it Steve's birthday the other day?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Well, if I missed it, I think it was his birthday the other day.
But yeah,
I didn't know it had anchovies in it, so that's something I've learned.
Yeah.
But his birthday had anchovies in it.
Well, it might have.
It's got omega vitamins in. It's good for you, Aiden.
Not too much tomato juice, apparently, isn't?
No, that'll get shits.
No,
you got to be careful at colour on it because you'll think that there's something really wrong.
This is New Year's Eve. Go on, Adam. Sorry, mate.
Connor Smith. Question for all casters. Do you prefer RDAs or RTAs for daily use, be it MTL or DTL? Bonus question for Vic, specifically. Seeing as you've been recently diagnosed with IBS, have you found that symptoms are increasing with vaping, more specifically chain vaping?
I'll take that one. No. The doctor, because I do have it's not an allergy, I suppose, but I do have problems with propylene glycol that started kicking in about 5 years ago. So I used to not drink. Holy fuck! No, don't drink e-liquid, folks. I used to vape.
Adam does.
Yeah. If you haven't already, get yourself over to Misfits Charity Life. I did drink some.
I used to vape 50-50 liquids because that was the thing about half a decade ago. And it was around about that time, right? It's around about 2015 going into 16. That was when the 60 VG 40 PG started creeping in. Then what we know now is the 70 VG standard. But I was noticing with the 50-50 tobaccos, now I didn't link it up, but I started noticing I was getting really, really bad upset stomachs. And I think it was one of the American reviewers, it wasn't him, it might actually have been Mike Vapes, coming to think of it. He said to me, because I wrote about it on a post on Facebook, and Mike said, "Are you vaping any 50-50?" And I said, "Yes."
You went, "No, you're boring."
And Mike said,
"Only joking, Mike.
Only joking, Mike. Only joking." And Mike said, "Stop vaping the 50. Stop vaping the 50-50 and see how you feel after a couple of days." And after a couple of days, I was fine. No, I mean the whole thing. It's a minority say that their IBS flares up with certain flavours that they're vaping in a liquid, but for me, I'm fine. And
you know what? I think they must have changed something in PG recently, because I always had a slight intolerance to PG, and obviously it used to be 60-40 PG VG.
Yep.
But just recently, with the invention of nic salts, I think the mixture of freebase nicotine and PG
was totally going to say this, mate. Totally going to say this.
Used to really upset my stomach, but now with the invention of nic salts and the 50-50 blends, they must have changed. I think they've changed something in the recipe of
so we did a show. I think, I don't know if Vic were on it as well. We were talking about this, and I had exceptional vapes, no, decadent vapes, toast and marmalade.
Yep.
And it were either 50-50 or, like you said, 60-40, but PG way. And I went to, do you know what, I vaped it and it gave me massive stomach ache. Now, it wasn't nic salts, it was normal freebase nic. And I was like, I'm staying away from 50-50 stuff. And it was a reason why I stayed away from sort of mouth to lunging. But then, like you said, the invention of nic salts sort of took it completely away. I don't get any bellyache at all from it. But I did have it before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing on this, right? It's an awesome question, because obviously anyone that has IBS will know that nicotine is apparently the devil. It's the devil for IBS. Now, when I used to smoke, as soon as I had a cigarette, I needed the toilet.
Oh yeah, coffee and a fag in the morning. I was
like,
shitting.
I'm telling you now, I don't really drink coffee. It was as soon as I had a fag on the morning, I needed the toilet. Right?
I could flush myself out for a day in the morning.
Since I started vaping.
Like that.
Since I started vaping, and bearing in mind that, especially Nick salts, since I started vaping Nick salts, I've never had that issue at all.
I'll need to test that with salts and high PG juice. I'll need to test that out.
I think you should. I think it'd be a good test.
Yeah.
Record it as well.
Just make sure you're wearing a nappy. What a great thing that is. I tell you, I'm going to test if I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah, fill yourself up on curry, Vic. Fill yourself up on curry.
But before we go on, a big hello to Carol, Mr. Exceptional Vapes, the award winner from the expo in October. How you doing, Carl? Haven't seen you for ages.
How you doing, mate?
Hi, my name's Vic Mullen. Welcome to Jackass.
Is that him that does chubby juice?
Yeah. Do you know what would be better as well? Do you know, like, if you ate cashew nuts and did it, it'd be like a boomerang shit.
Oh.
I'm sure that's them that does. I'm sure that's them that does chubby juice. I had a bit crack with him.
Exceptional Vapes, cracking.
I know that myself and Carol from Exceptional Vapes are discussing something. I'm going to leave it there.
What, boomerang poo?
Not
Yes.
boomerang
That's the worst
poo.
hint in the world.
We're just
That's the
discussing
worst
something.
hint in the world. Vic, that is the worst hint in the world, right?
That's what I said, Mike. I said Carol. I didn't say Carol. I said Carol. There's a big difference between the two.
I feel like I'm
So
watching...
Carol,
Sounded like Carol.
It does sound like Carol, like.
Yeah.
Got you back on with a little drummer boy.
Fuckers.
Put the sticks down.
Aiden's just started himself off. There he goes.
Please do me a favour, Vic. Say purple burglar alarm.
Purple burglar alarm.
Do you know what that reminds me of? And I only thought about it earlier on. It reminds me of that episode of Friends. You know where Phoebe's teaching Joey how to speak French? And I say purple burglar alarm, and you go...
Purple burglar alarm. Or I could just say parappa-pum-pum.
Yeah.
There he goes. There he goes.
Fucking sticks.
We had this conversation next one, didn't we? Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Just broke everybody.
Aiden, do me a favour. Hold that Bloody Mary up at the side of your head.
I know, yeah. It's close.
I'm going to go back to that.
Ruskin, he's put it back down.
I'm going to go back to that little announcement that you just said there, Vic, because do you know what? We all know what you make, right? And we all know how much people have been going, Vic, can we have that recipe? Vic, can we have that recipe? So it's the worst announcement, and I don't mean to give a massive spoiler away.
Yeah.
But you went.
We're just discussing things, that's all.
But you went.
We're just discussing
been
things.
working on something. It's going to be a 3D printed mod.
That's it, it's in a urinal.
I'm sure Exceptional Vapes
sat
are
on
going to be
top
the one.
of the actual toilet seat. Can't sit it on a urinal, mate. Fucking hell. No space.
Poor Carl at Exceptional Vapes. Vic went, right, I've got this really good idea for an experiment with PG, but I'm going to need a cameraman.
With goggles.
With goggles.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Exceptional Vapes. Who knows, eh? Something good is coming with me and Vic.
Oh, hey. 3D printed mod. You heard it here.
Yeah. Or a hairy dick. It could be anything.
It could be. Yeah. It could be. So, cheers to it. The wonderful Amanda Gibson writes in.
Oh, bunny!
Hi, it's me, your second best spanner. We all know that Stuart wins. It has just been announced on the news that the Purge is very real. In your 24 hours of unadulterated freedom, what would you do first and why? Also, happy birthday, Grizz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no, I think I'd be a bit scared. I think I'd hide.
I know what I would fucking do. There's that many people that want to fucking rip my head off. I'd just jump on a boat and fuck off. That's what I would do.
I'm on the same fucking thing of you. There's quite a lot of people who'd probably like to smash my teeth in. I'd be garroted.
Jump on a boat and fuck off. That's what I would do.
I'll see you in 24 hours.
24 hours. I would be a good old-fashioned looter.
You would just loot everything.
You want to steal everything.
You know what? I wouldn't be doing no poxy looting. You know how you see on movies when they're walking past something and they just throw a brick through a window and walk away with a TV? I'd be having someone's house. Right?
I love fucking Lynn's answer. Honestly, Lynn's answer. That is so exactly what you would do.
Lynn, taser the fuck out of most of the people in my village.
Honestly, I'm not even joking. That is so what you would do. Like,
yeah, but taser's not very good, is it? Really?
For her, it is. I'm telling you, she's desperate for a taser.
Yeah, but eventually they're gonna wake up, aren't they?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's not bothered. She's caused pain and discomfort. That's how she fucking works, mate. You've seen the Misfits fucking charity lives.
I just want to know how Adam, obviously the whole thing of looting is that you can fit the thing that you can take away. Obviously, what are you going to do? How are you going to take it away from him, really?
I'd be in the house. I would be in the house. And I'd be like, 24 hours, this is mine. I'm going to play your PlayStation 5. I'm going to drink your milk. I'm going to eat your last slice of bread.
Drink your milk.
Yeah, listen, family house. You always cut at milk and there's that much, right? I'm going to walk into a rich family's house. I'm going to get their full 2-pinter, and I'm going to drink it in 30 seconds.
Stood on a bee.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'm going to take their luxury. You know, toilet roll.
No,
right?
yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm going to be like that.
Who uses it? Tell me now. Honestly, I know I've got 3 girls in here, right?
Yeah.
But who uses a toilet roll? Because nobody either puts another toilet roll back.
Oh, no,
I'm
Jackie's
forever
really
wiping my arse on pissing cardboard.
Honestly.
Honestly.
I would. I'd just sit on the toilet.
You start spreading it out. And it doesn't work, does it? Cardboard never works.
No, it's like it's waterproof, isn't it?
Right, I'm so sorry, right?
And it doesn't fucking flush either.
I'm just gonna, and I'm so sorry going off the thing about wiping your ass and stuff, but in those disabled toilets, right?
This is because he spent so long in there.
They have them sort of like machines where they're ginormous toilet rolls, right? And then you pull it down, don't you? Well, what happens is it rips off.
Yeah.
And then you spend the next fucking 5 minutes like you're on like some sort of spinny show in the US trying to get the fucking
pull it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The worst thing is that little bit of end goes like that past it every single time.
I can't even find the fucking end. And in the end, I'm trying to pull it off this fucking side. I'm thinking I can get in it. You can't get in it. They've locked it. That's better than the fucking banks. I'm trying to get this little bit off. In the end, you're looking around for stuff to wipe your arse on.
I was just about to say, them hand towels that wrap around?
If I could do an handstand, I'd have done that.
Oh, look at them jammer bottoms, man.
It's like the Wheel of Fortune. That's exactly what it is.
And someone reiterate what the question was, because I forgot.
In the end, right, I was thinking I'm going to turn into the dog and start doing that thing where you go like that,
I can't remember what the question was. What was the question?
You've got 24 hours. It's a purge. Do what you want.
Well,
think carefully. Red wine.
No, I've got. You know what it is, right? Like you've all said, like there's a few people that would like to smash my face in. There's a couple of people that I would love to have 5 minutes with in Purge rules. Couple of people. Not mention any names. Like there's no hard feelings, nothing sinister here. But there was a couple
24
of people,
hours.
Yeah, there's a couple of people I would like to have 5 minutes with, just 5.
You know what? Right. What you should do is leave the toilet roll with that one sheet.
God, it's fucking blind of me.
The gluey bit.
Got straight back to that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of punishment that could be worse than a good old beating, and that's one of them. You know, when you sit down for that nice shit, when you've come in, you just sit down, and you've got
your phone out. You're thinking, I'll have a little look on TikTok.
Yeah, this is my life, right? I've come in. I'm gonna have 2 minutes, and you reach for the toilet roll, and on the toilet roll holder, the brown bit, right, is that one piece of glued-on shit roll, right, that's just sat there like that. But you know, if you pull it off, right, it only pulls this front section off because the rest of it's fucking glued to it.
Oh yeah, the rest of it wraps off.
Oh mate,
is that a new roll of toilet roll you're on about? Are you on about new roll of toilet roll?
No, the other side.
Yeah, because that's a fucking nightmare as well. New rolls of toilet roll, right? Like, why can't they just roll them round? They don't have to fucking glue them together.
Nah.
Just roll them round. You go for a new roll of toilet roll in the fucking thing, and then you fucking. Do you know when you're wrapping presents at Christmas, and you're playing with sellotape, and you've got to find the fucking thing.
Oh,
do you know when you
find the beginning,
when you peel a new piece of toilet roll off, and then all of a sudden you've got to go around 40 times in order to get back to a full sheet.
Yeah.
Now I'm not being funny. I've got a big ass, right? I can't go on half a sheet, mate. Sort your shit out. Just don't glue them together.
The trouble is, if you go on like half a sheet, it's like half on your finger.
That's the thing. You're in for a rectal exam.
Exactly, right? The toilet roll is vacuum wrapped.
I've
just booped myself on the prostate.
Surely I should not have liked that.
He loved it.
So we've got enough time.
We've
got enough time for one more.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, come on, Vic, it's my birthday.
So, I've got enough time for two because this is a really quick one. How long did it take two comical people to drive from Durham to the NEC at 50 miles an hour asking for a friend?
2 hours.
18 hours and 6 minutes.
The wonderful Shrek Vape Reviews.
We'll be there for me.
Thank you very much.
I did a full interview with him, right? I had to cut it because it was that rude by the end of it.
Oh.
I had to cut. I could only put so much of it because we ended up getting to such a... Yeah, it were funny.
With who?
With Shrek.
All right, I thought you were about me.
Well, you were there as well.
Was I being rude?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You wanted to clean it up. No toilet roller.
I need you to send me this video.
Last question: the wonderful Darth Vapor. Hi,
hey,
Darth
I love you, Darth.
And sexier than ever. What's your favourite takeaway meal, and which one do you hate most?
Favourite takeaway, and what one do I hate?
My favourite's pizza. Every single time, pizza. I could eat pizza every single day.
I
can't say I hate any. That's the hardest part.
That's where the worst part comes in. It's hard to choose a worst one. So you've got to choose the worst one out of all of them.
If I've got to choose, right, and it's only one.
Dicks.
I don't like dick, but
you can't order them anyway.
Do you know what? It depends on where you're ordering from.
Who's delivering?
I can get a cat cock, but if I'm going to choose one that I don't like, and it's for very, very, very minimal reasons, and it's got to be Indian, right? Because Indian rice is always quite dry, so you always end up trying to have a mouthful and spilling rice everywhere.
Yeah.
And the sauce is always nice and sloppy, which is a good thing.
Which one of the one like the curries that have like fruit in it?
Oh, I like stuff like that.
Oh, it's horrible. It's like cheese with fruit in it. Who the fuck
I like cheese with fruit.
Oh, who puts cheese and apricot together?
No, my favourite is Wensleydale with cranberries, so I can't say anything.
The dirty bastards. I don't like pizza, so I end up eating the. I don't like bread really, so I end up just eating the topping. You know what I mean? I wait for everybody to have whatever they want, and then I just scrape the topping off and eat that. I actually have meat sandwiches, so like if we've got ham, I'll put like cream cheese in between it and just eat like that. That's what type of.
I can imagine that'd be class.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's a lot better. Sod the bread.
I've never tried that before. I'm going to try that.
Oh, mate, just get as many meat. Get Mediterranean meat.
That's an amazing idea.
Bang.
Oh
That's
my
all I
God.
eat. My youngest is starting to do that as well. It's a taste sensation. And my favourite would be Chinese. I love a big spring roll.
Me, I'm going to go for the worst is probably a pizza place. Anything you can get for a pizza place, kebab, a lot. Just for the sheer fact that that's what I order the most, right? And it is what I order the most. If you get the right Indian, if you get the right Indian takeaway, it is bang on. That is my favorite, 100%. If you go for the right Indian takeaway, I know Adam was saying about the rice being a bit dry. I think it totally depends on where you go.
Yeah, and I'm being very minimal on my critique.
And what you tip on it.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, mate. To turn up so your Indian takeaway, right? They turn up at your door. If you give a £10 tip, which is a high tip for a takeaway, right? They go back in the car and boil the rice longer. Is that what they do?
I don't.
Is that what they do?
That's not what I meant. I meant what you tip on it. The actual sauces. So he sat down there and going, look, here's a good tip. He's going to go, hold on a minute, sift through my bag, take the boiled rice back and go, hey, you're having 5 more minutes on that fucker. Yeah, I meant the sauces, look.
I don't. Thing is, I don't tip.
So I don't like coconut either.
They just give me a bag of basmati and go make it yourself.
Oh, God. Fucking hell. This show's
boil
got
it yourself,
shit.
fatty.
Fucking hell.
Do you know one of my favourite restaurants? Is one of them where you can actually go and cook your own meat. And they did kangaroo and they did like crocodile and stuff. And you just do it yourself.
Yeah.
It still said pay the same prices.
Crocodile's fucking amazing as well.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, crocodile is unreal.
Like a funky chicken.
It's more of a fishy fish.
Yeah, fish.
Yeah, but it tastes like a meat, but it's more of a fish.
Tastes like a funky chicken.
It's a little bit like swordfish as well, isn't it? That's like steaky.
I've never had that.
And tuna. Had that.
Tuna.
I've never had swordfish. Tuna. Is it a tuna?
It could have been.
No, it is not a tuna.
I love smoking these oils. Vic, Europe.
Is that the end of the bag of shit?
He hates the bag of shit tonight.
So my favourite, rare sirloin steak with chips and a very thick gravy with onions from one of the local cafes. They do a fucking phenomenal sirloin steak.
And can you get that on takeaway?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh my God.
Yeah, get it takeaway up here.
Well, you live in Newcastle. You should be able to get loads of takeaways.
Not steak. I don't live in Newcastle, mate.
Can you get a Saturday night takeaway?
What's a Saturday
night
takeaway? I
don't live in Newcastle. Well, what the fuck, man?
Obviously, I know we're pushing for time, but this conversation with my wife was absolutely fucking amazing. I'm sat on the edge of the bed and she went, obviously she knows who Sean is, she's spoken to him, she's watched the show so many times. So my wife sits down on the bed and says, so where's Sean picking you up from? And obviously I was trying to generalise. I went, Newcastle.
He's picking me up from here. This is where I live.
Newcastle. She went, which Newcastle is it? Well, how many fucking Newcastles do you know? Well, my dad says there's 2 Newcastles. I says, well, where's the other Newcastle?
There actually is.
She went, Stoke. I said, so let me get this right. He's got a Geordie fucking accent. He's coming down to pick me up. Where do you think he's coming from? Well, I don't know. Apparently they speak Geordie as well. I went, they're from fucking Stoke. How can they talk Geordie? And she's going to be a nurse, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to be a nurse. That's going to be great. Well, they said it was pile cream.
Why? Why you gone back to the arse?
Exactly, because it's the fucking wrong way round, isn't it?
Yeah, they said it was pile cream. I would brush my teeth with it for weeks.
I couldn't believe it. He's got a Geordie accent, and which fucking Newcastle?
What were you saying there, Vic?
I lost all the viewers anyway about halfway through the show, and you said there were no giveaways. So
to be fair, we actually didn't.
No, I'm joking.
Sirloin steak, and the thing that I don't like is chicken chow mein. Can't stand it.
Oh, you joking?
Lisa
No.
loves it.
Chicken chow mein
Don't
is
like
like the
chicken chow mein.
greatest from a Chinese.
Don't like
Lisa
chicken chow mein.
absolutely does. That's a favourite. Or mixed chow mein.
Where's your mum from and your dad and that?
Philippines.
Philippines.
Yeah, my mum's
What's your
from
favourite
Philippines.
dish from the Philippines?
Chicken adobo.
What's that? It sounds
is
like
that?
some sort of thing that fucking Intel had released, wasn't it?
Okay.
What's the new graphics card that they're releasing? Chicken adobo. It's the
So
340 edition.
basically what you do is you get a bottle of soy sauce, a bottle of malt vinegar, chuck them in a big bowl, right? Then you get chopped garlic, you get mixed herbs, basil if you want to put not basil faulty, the actual herb. Basil, right?
Manuel!
So you've basically got a very, very dark sauce that's made up primarily of vinegar and soy sauce. You get the chicken, you chuck it in a bowl, and let it marinate in the kitchen or fridge or where the fuck ever. I'm shit at cooking.
Pan.
And then what you basically end up with is the soy sauce.
Chicken chow mein.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because I have it with chips.
All right.
I have it with chips.
And then you turn it on and off again,
Oh
and
my
it comes
god.
back on.
Broke me that. Sounds like
I don't
something
like
Intel
chow
would have
mein.
released.
I don't like chow mein. No.
Oh, I love Chinese.
Well,
Ladies and
I don't mind Chinese. I just don't like chow mein.
Chow mein.
Chop
Ladies
suey,
and
love
gentlemen,
that
I want to
stuff.
say Sorry.
What?
I was just saying thank you for filling the bag up. They're very kind.
Good post bag this week.
It
really
was
was.
incredible.
Some
Good
really
feedback.
good questions on there.
They were a bit bottom heavy. I don't know if we took it that way or it was designed that way.
I think we kind of took it that way.
I can't wait for him to test the fucking.
I can't help but feel I want some chicken adobo.
It's very nice. It's very fucking
Honestly,
nice.
From
Very
Intel.
nice.
I tell you, salt. It sounds like salt and vinegar chicken, and I'm down for that.
I
It's
really like the
similar
sound of
to
that shit.
It is actually very similar to that, but there's a strong taste of soy sauce in there as well.
I tell you what else I like, salt and pepper chicken.
Oh, I love salt and pepper chicken.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
I
know
like
if I
that.
give the pepper.
It's
I might
Moorish.
Yeah,
Salt
do you know
chili
what?
chicken- salt
I know
chili
we're
chicken's
really
the
pushing
best.
time, but you know when you really try, we're a creature of habit. Me and Jackie will stick to the same place for forever. And a couple of weeks ago, we decided there's a Chinese straight across the road from us, and we've never tried it. And we decided we've got
Hold
no
on a minute. So you'll drive for hours to get here, but the one on the road, you go, I want to try that.
Yeah, exactly, because we're creatures of habit and we'll stick to the same place. You know what you're going to get, everything's fine. You always try somewhere new and it's going to be like, it's either going to be really bad or really good. So we tried this Chinese across the road from us and we ordered salt and pepper chicken. It was the best salt and pepper chicken I have ever had in my entire life. It's called Wing. I know a couple of subscribers are from this end. It's called Wing. Order it from there, it's really nice.
Aiden's got a phone that's Huawei.
No,
Haven't
I
you?
haven't got that anymore. I had a Huawei. Holly's got that now. Now she's like
Alright.
What have you got now? Chow mein.
an Oppo.
A Chiming.
It's a hippo with a lisp.
Should we wrap this up, fellas?
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's going fucking hell. This is going.
Who are you going to go for first? We'll go for Sean first.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone in chat that has sent happy birthday messages. I have seen them. Obviously, can't jump on all of them. The Vape and Misfits will be back either this weekend or next weekend.
Yay.
100%.
Sweet.
Just need to have a bit crack and sort shit out, and that will
Just
be
need a
happening.
bit of crack.
Tuesday, anyone that is subscribed to my Twitch channel, there will be a show with me and Mike Collins. That is going to be revolving around horror films, horror gaming. We're going to eventually be doing some kind of ghost hunts once Mike's ready to do that. That is the plan. Might have to get Adam on some of them because he's a fucking skeptic.
I am a skeptic.
Yeah, and I love that shit.
Listen, I'm a skeptic, but I'm open to believe. So
But yeah,
there's a song there,
love casting with you guys, and I'm so grateful for tonight. It has been awesome. I've loved it every minute, even though I've procrastinated left, right, and centre. Adam loves that word.
I do.
Procrastinated.
Yeah.
It's a procrastinate exam.
It's always a good giggle, this show. And other than that, always remember, people, fuck shit and monkey tits. Love yous all.
Long live the Queen.
And
He's going to say that every week now. I love it.
And that was Grizz. Moving on to Adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for making this show. Obviously, we've had Grizz's birthday bash this week, and you've obviously put all of the effort in. Like we've said multiple times before, if it weren't for you guys, then this show's not worth doing. And for all you guys to put your messages in, and obviously having the kind words to say happy birthday to Grizz, because it is Grizz's happy birthday, and he has decided to take time and stream with us on his birthday, which is absolutely delightful.
I wouldn't fucking dream of doing anything different.
My next video is coming out on Monday. If you haven't already, please head over to What's That Behind You. I do all sorts, and I've got loads more planned. Tank. And
he's got a 3D printer.
3D printer. To be fair, that's where the name.
He's got a unicorn dildo.
That's where the name. That's where the name came from. What's that behind you? 3D printer. That's what it was going to be called originally. But I decided to drop the 3D printer. But it's something very different. And I've really enjoyed doing it so far, and there's loads more to come. But other than that, do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen, thank our spanners. I would like everyone in chat to thank our spanners, because they keep us all safe and warm. So if you can put a thumbs up emoji or something like that.
Smash that like button as well.
Yeah, press that like button, but put a thumbs up for the spanners. They keep us all safe. They keep us all looked after. But I love casting with you guys, and tonight has been a very, very well needed.
It's been a right cooking.
I've loved it, so thank you very much.
Mr. Aiden of the Little Bro.
I'm thinking that Adam should go first in future.
Why?
I'm not being funny as well, son. How much money are you earning? Because you've had your outside lights on all the way through this show.
You know what, right? I live in a gated community, and we've got lights all the way around, and I'm so glad they're not attached to mine, because we all sit outside. When we're not doing this show, we all sit round that.
Tell you about your £66 payment, can't you?
Hey, we don't. I sit outside. I tell you. Jackie turns around and says it's cold. I'm like, put a blanket on. We'll go and sit round line.
Adam's just been approved for that 10 grand loan.
The best thing about it, that I'm not being funny, but look behind you, the fucking Mothman's there. The best thing about it, on next door's fucking roof, there's a bloke dressed as an owl going, ooh. Big love to you all. Thank you so much for listening to our nonsense, which we all have a good old giggle to. Big love to you all. Thank you so much, everybody in chat, and all the spanners who keep us safe. And join us next week on the same bat channel, same bat time.
And that was Mr. Aiden of Little Bro Vapes. Big thanks to, of course, our wonderful folks on the show. We've got Sean Grizz. Happy birthday, Sean, again. We've got Adam from What's That Behind You.
The 3D printer.
I'm going to keep
it's
fucking
the unicorn
doing
dildo, Vic.
I keep forgetting to switch the fucking thing on. Keep forgetting to switch it on.
You need to be turning it on, like...
Yeah, turn your horn on.
Too much fucking
It's now turned into a sample.
Yeah. And, of course, we had Aiden of Little Bro Vapes. A big thanks to every single one of the spanners and all the people who regularly pop into the show and watch the hilarity and jocularity and other arities that go on in this show.
Yeah, big words.
What fucking jocularity?
Jocularity, yes. And other arities and stuff. The UK's #1 show to do with vaping, broadcasted from the UK. Join us again next week for episode 327. That is it from us, folks.
I've got a hairy dick. Sorry.
I have to shave it. It's horrible, though.
You've seen it, Aiden.
This black.